Yes, I came on here to do a little dream talk, to just talk pretty much. Yeah, I'm going to see if anybody come into the chat for a little while I drink my little water. Yes, but um, I've been thinking about coming on here for a while, so I'm like, yeah. Let me come on here. Let me do that. This is like really weird for me to come on at this time. I normally come on at overnight. I'm gonna let a few people come on in the chat until I start. If you are listening to this on the replay, yes, I'm gonna go in, do a little dream talk. It's a little random, and then I'm going to go into some things like before I get into what I want to talk about. I'm gonna drink my little water while some people get into the chat, but I really like I'm still like a beginning YouTuber pretty much. Um, while I wait for people to get into the chat, I just want to discuss why I started this channel. I mainly started this channel to delve into like dream interpretation, right? Because I noticed that when I was younger, I used to love um, dreams. Like every night I went to sleep, it was just like a new explore, like a new something. I woke up, it was something I experienced that was new. So it was just like a way for me to explore different, you know, different elements of myself. And I've always been into like dreams. I have always. My friends at the time, I used to, that was the wrong thing for me. Hello, everyone that just entered. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Um, so yeah, I was talking about, me like in dreams, why I'm into it. Hello, let me know if you guys can hear me. So, I always loved dreams, and I used to find myself talking to friends about dreams and how I felt about them, and they used to just look at me funny because that wasn't their thing. So, yes, let me know in the chat, where you from, what's going on, if you can hear me, okay? But let me put this down because nobody's talking. But anyway, I wanted to come on here and talk about the many different worlds within the dream world, within the dream, pretty much, right? Because when you go to sleep, um, anything could happen. You could dream about anything. And what I found is that for a long time, I didn't have no sense of feeling in my dream. It was just like, all right, I was experiencing things, right? But now I find that in my dreams, it feels like it's real, right? It feels like it's real. Let me know in the chat if you have ever experienced having a dream where it felt like it was real, right? It felt like it was real, like as like you are right now, right? Let me know in the chat if you have experienced that, right? But I have experienced that, right? And what I noticed that I experience it most when it's not lucid, right? The only time I know it's not real is when I wake up, right? But getting into the topic of these different worlds, right? I went to a world. This was like the most unsatisfying dream that I have ever had in my whole entire life. That night, I was just going to different worlds. Let me know in the chat if you have ever had entered a dream and you went to different worlds, like, so this particular night I was traveling different places, right? But I have to say, I was like, I don't want to say I was lucid, but I became a little bit lucid, but not like, oh, no, actually I became lucid, right? It was this particular dream I had went to, this world that I went to, right? This particular world, it was just like I didn't want to experience this world that I went to because it was just like a lot of protests, a lot of like, it was just an uncomfortable place, right? So typically when I become lucid in a dream, like, let me know in the chat if you guys have ever experienced being lucid in a dream. Um, so normally when I'm lucid in a dream, I could change the dreamscape. I could change everything and manipulate it into where I want it to be. And a lot of times it goes around desire, like, oh yeah, things are about to go, just good times, right? So this particular dream, right, I was like semi lucid, right? And it was like I became lucid and I tried to manipulate the scene, right, of the dreamscape. And I noticed that I couldn't change the dreamscape, right? Let me know in the chat if you guys have ever had a lucid dream and you was able to change anything, right? If you don't want to, it's fine. Hey. So, I noticed with this world, it was a lot of protests. It was like a lot of angry people, and it was angry people, but it was people that was kind of like set in their ways, like, oh, you can't do this. It was like a world full of rules. It was a world full of rules, and I mean like harsh rules. Like you can't do a lot of things in that world, right? And what's crazy is I became a semi lucid in the dream, and I tried to manipulate it, and I couldn't manipulate it because these people had so much dominance, so much force on his rules. I just never experienced that, but it was just like so, it was so weird. It felt weird. Like, okay, I'm semi lucid. I know in the lucid dream I could change things, but I'm not able to change things. And these people are really harsh with their rules, their regulation. It was just like, oh my God. It was so crazy because it was like I was in that world, right? But then if I keep on walking, because not initially, eventually, I was running from these people, and then I entered in a whole nother dimension. Well, not dimension, but a whole nother dream world. And it's just like as if these people never existed. But it was just like, it was crazy. It was just like, within the dream world, I always feel free in my dreams. Like, I have always felt free in my dreams, right? But in this one particular dream where I felt like, yeah, I wasn't free to make decisions, and I talked about this before in my dreams. All right, um, it was this particular dream that I had. Now, it made me think about this other dream, right, where I was being summoned into a dream, right? So I was having this dream, and then all of a sudden I was in this other place. I was in this living room. If you know, like when I was younger, like you know how when you in the living room where think about the 90s. You went at your grandmother's house and there's plastic on the sofa, the couch, or whatever the case may be, right? So it was like I became aware, like, oh my God, I'm in this place. And I get so excited, like when I have a lucid dream. Let me know in the chat if you ever feel like that. Hello. How you doing, right? So it was this lucid dream I was having. I became aware in this living room, and I became excited because I'm like, yo, I'm about to switch it. It's about to be all about like fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? Think about all the fun stuff that you could possibly do, like as an adult. But anyway, so, and I'm noticing, yo, I can't shift the dream. Like I'm literally excited, but I'm like, yo, I can't change the dream, right? And then I started walking down this long hallway, and then I saw like this. It was an altar. Like think about a Catholic church. You know, outside of a Catholic church, you see nothing but candles, right? Like 7 day candles, right? So I'm walking through this hallway, and I see nothing but 7 day candles on my right side, right? And I'm like, oh wow. And then I look to my left, and it's like a kitchen area, right? And I see this guy, right? He starts shape shifting, like his face started changing in all different forms, right? And I'm like, what? I'm thinking to myself, like, what's going on? First of all, I know I'm aware I'm dreaming. I'm aware I'm dreaming, right? It's a lucid dream. I should be able to change this, right? And then I like start bugging out. I really start bugging out, like literally, like, I'm like in my mind, I'm like, yo, what's going on here? Like, you know, I'm like, why am I here? Like, I'm just going crazy. And then the person who was shape shifting, he immediately became into himself, and he was like, yo, I brought you here, right? He said that, like, he got still, like, before he was like shape shifting into different people, like women, men, like different things. And then all of a sudden he just stopped. When I'm like, yo, why am I here? Like, when I started questioning things, right? Like, because I'm just like, I know I'm dreaming. I know I'm aware I'm dreaming. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, I brought you here. Yo, when I tell you that bugged me out, I started running up and down that hallway, baby. I was bugging out. Like, but in hindsight, when I think about it in my consciousness now, I could have easily asked him, like, yo, why you brought me here? Like, what's up with that? You know what I'm saying? But I ran up and down like, oh, like I was running like seriously, like and eventually I woke up. But I always ask myself, like, what if I would have just been like, all right, you brought me here, why? Like, why did you bring me here? Like, you know what I'm saying? If I would have, like, asked that question, like, to be very candid with you. But that's how I knew that people could really summon you into their dream world. Or, it just seems a little awkward because it's just like, I knew I was lucid dreaming. I knew I was aware I was dreaming, but I couldn't change the dreamscape. I couldn't change nothing. So I was within someone else's. At least that's what it seemed like. Let's keep it real. Like that's what it seemed like. I have to say that, like, it seemed like that way, but that dream I would never forget. Like, yo, it was just like, I don't know, like, I have this particular book that I have that I could go that I could do certain exercises and go into the subconscious, and I'm like, is that, but it wasn't a physical experience that I had. So it's kind of like different, but that's when I realized that, yo, you could really summon somebody into your dream, or you could dream walk into somebody else's dream. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. Like, that's a concept that I thought about based off of my experience. Hello, if you are in the chat, let me know what's going on, where you from, right? So yeah, so that was kind of like a experience that I was kind of like, wow, like, yo, somebody could summon you into their dream. You could walk into somebody else's dream. So that was a particular world, and it was so crazy because it happened like a long time ago, but it just stuck with me. Like, it was just something like, I'd be like, damn, at hindsight, I'm like, damn, I wish I would have just stayed still and just asked them, like, yo, what? Why did you bring me here? Right? But I associated that with a particular person I was in a relationship with, but I don't know why. It probably didn't have no relations to that. But that's the way I cope with that. But it just makes me feel like, wow, that was a crazy experience. But then I could talk about another experience. Let me know in the chat if you guys have ever had a dream that felt like, oh my God, this is like you was lucid and you could not change it. So let me know in the chat if you guys have ever experienced that. Let me know. Let me know. Yes. If you have ever had a dream where you be like, oh wow, this is something I I experienced. Like, you was dreaming and then you became lucid. It's a scary experience when you are aware that you are dreaming and you cannot change it. And you can, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when I was young and I had a lucid dream and I became aware, like, oh wow, I'm dreaming, but then I know I'm dreaming and I'm shifting and I'm walking through walls and I'm changing the scenery and I'm doing the things that I like to do in this real world, you know? So, that was like so amazing to me to have a lucid dream. Let me know if you guys have ever had a lucid dream, right? So it was so amazing to have a lucid dream and I could change the scenery and do everything that I want to do, right? That was so fun. That was so fun. Let me know in the chat if you guys are listening to this. If you're listening to this right now, let me know if you have ever had a lucid dream and you changed the scenery in your dreams, once you was aware. Okay? Let me know. And also let me know where you guys are from. You listening to this, okay? But it's crazy when you are lucid and you dreaming and you can't change anything. Like, what does that mean when you are in a dream and you know you're dreaming, but it's like as if it's now? Like, you can't change nothing now, like in terms of walking through walls and anything like that. Hello, everybody that's entered into this chat or whatever. I'm talking about lucid dreaming right now. And if you guys have ever, hey, how you doing, Park Crawford? Yeah, like if you ever had a lucid dream and you was able to change everything in your dream, let me know, right? But the thing is, I've have experienced a lucid dream and I couldn't change anything. Have you ever had a dream where you was lucid, like, oh, I'm aware I'm a dreaming, but I can't change anything? Let me know in the chat if you guys have ever experienced that, having a lucid dream and you can't change anything or you could change anything, right? But going back to what I was saying in terms of that is so scary when you know you dreaming and you cannot change anything. What does that mean ultimately? Right? Does that mean that you enter into another dream world or what does it mean? Right? Let me know. Oh, you have Parker Crawford. Oh, what are you saying yes to? That you lucid dream or you was aware you was dreaming and you couldn't change it? Let me know. I want to know. Cuz this is it's so interesting, right? Because lucid dreams is fun because it's like, yo, you aware you dreaming and then you could shift it and change it. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Whenever I'm having a lucid dream and I'm aware, the first thing I want to do is party. Think about adult activities. You feel me? All right. Parker Crawford said, I was aware that I was dreaming and couldn't change it. Isn't that so scary? Like, let me know what was the. I feel like I want to just add you to the live so you could tell your story, like real talk, like because it's just like it just feels as if it is right now. Like I can't walk through walls right now. I can't do like flips or the best thing with dreams, right? And I'm just talking about in dreams in general right now, right? What I like to do is I like to fly. Let me know in the chat if you guys have ever had experience where you was flying or like with me, when I think about flying, I think about like really levitating, like just getting off of the ground. Like that's the best feeling. Oh my God. It's the best feeling to just go up like about 12 feet, right? And just feel like you floating and you seeing everybody, right? But getting back to these lucid dreams that I was aware of, that I was dreaming and I couldn't change it. But wait. I want to share something with you guys, right? I'm gonna be honest, right? Okay, so I got this particular book, right? Please stay in it. Please listen to this. This is something so different, right? So I bought this book, right? It was something that you could do to change your subconscious, to change something within your reality, right? But in order to do that, you had to go in and take out stuff, right? So it was this exercise that you had to do, right? You had to go into like a meditative state, right? So I read the book, but I didn't do it the way it told me to do, right? I was laying down because I do meditation laying down, right? So I was laying down. So the first thing they tell you to do is that you have to close your eyes and envision yourself getting on the elevator and going down. So down represent going to your subconscious mind, right? So it was different steps that you had to do. And so I did that. And when I woke up, I was in, I don't want to say a nightmare, but I enter into one of my memories into my subconscious, right? And when I woke up, right, I was in an apartment that I grew up in when I was young. And within this apartment that I grew up in, right, it eventually ended up being my apartment, and I experienced different things there. So it was taking me to like a time and a memory there, right? Um, yeah, so when I woke up there, I immediately knew that I was in a dream world. I was like, wake up, wake up, wake, because I knew I did the exercises, right? I gotta find this book, right, so I could give it to you guys. I'm telling you, like, this exercise is really going deep within your subconscious, right? I'm telling you, like, I didn't even do everything that it said to do. I just did the stuff that I felt comfortable to do, that I remember to do on my own, right? But I woke up in this place that was so familiar with me, right? And when I woke up, I'm like, oh my God, I'm in this place. And this is leading there because I did an exercise, right? I want to get out of here so I could show you this. I think I spoke about this on this page before, right? So it's quite interesting how you do a meditation and it leads you into a place that is a memory, because I was in this particular room. This particular room represented my mother room in real life, right? So when I woke up in this room, but it represented when I was the head of household. It was really crazy. But I woke up and I immediately knew where I was and who was in the bathroom, right? That represented that somebody who just changed my life, right? And so when I woke up, I was like, wake up, you're dreaming, wake up, wake. I kept saying that I couldn't get. It was like, you ever heard of this person called Freddy Krueger, right? Nightmare on Elm Street. It was like that. I thought I read this book and I just thought it was something that was like just so fake, like, oh yeah, this is just another meditation. And then I did everything, but I cancel out certain things, and I wake up in a different world, right? Or a different time, or a different. It was just a crazy experience. I put the book in my post, because I talked about this before, because you know how certain experiences that you have that you remember. I remember this person who wrote this book, right? Because you can't find a book on Amazon or nothing like that. Like, I was able to download it, and I'm pretty sure you could download it, but you can't buy this book. And I'm like, this person, like this exercise right here, like doing a meditation and visualizing yourself going on an elevator and going down to the basement, or going up to the penthouse, right? That represents something, right? You going down, you going up, right? It was just absolutely insane how I entered into a world where it was a traumatic situation I went through that ultimately changed the course of my life, right? It could be something different for you guys if you do the exercise. Like, real talk, like, we all have different experiences, but it's certain pinpoints that you remember you went through. So it's certain things that you went through that you remember, certain dreams you can remember, right? Because even though I did a meditation and I went there, it still was a dream. It still was a dream. Like, even though it felt so real and I was aware and I was conscious and I was lucid, it still represent a dream. But I didn't know that there was an exercise that could take me to a memory in my subconscious. That was just like, wow, yo. I want to go out of here and find a book, to be honest with you. I really do. I really want to, because it was just like so changing, life changing. Let me know in the chat if you guys have ever had an experience where you meditated or did an exercise and you immediately went into like a dream world, or even having a dream and enter into a dream. You say you should. I should what? Let me know. I should what? Do it again? I should get listen. The book is on my page in a post because I put it on because I talked about it. Like I'm telling you, it was just like the weirdest thing. Like I just was like I was reading the book. Then I'm like, yo, I'm gonna do the exercise because they say, yo, you gotta release the things in your subconscious to replace it with something. And so I was doing the visualization, and I went into the place but the fear still existed. Cause that's what it was. It was a traumatic experience I had, but I was at the beginning of it. It was so weird. It was so weird, but I'm so grateful for that experience. But the book, some books that you read, I'm telling you, some books will really be having some type of exercises that you do, and it really gets you into that space. Hello, how you doing, Rome? How you doing? I'm over here talking about the dream realm. Let me know in the chat if you guys have ever had a dream where you was lucid. So I was talking about a time when I read a book and I entered into like a meditation state, and it took me into a dream world. And I was very lucid, but I couldn't change it. Let me know if you ever had a lucid dream and you could not change it, or you had a lucid dream and you could change it. Let me know for all the people who enter the chat. Welcome to Goddess of Many Faces here on the YouTube channel. Okay, I am Antoinette. Okay, but you could call me Goddess of Many Faces. Oh, you have Rome? Let me know. Please elaborate on your experience with your lucid, or is it lucid? You was aware and you changed it, or you was lucid and you couldn't change it? Let me know because the dream world is so many different worlds. It's so many different worlds. I feel like the best world that you could go to is the world that you could create in the dream world. Like, but I was expressing earlier, I went to a dream world, or said, and I changed it, but it was kind of hard. Like, how was it kind of hard that you changed it? I want to know. Yes. Okay. All right. Yes. Oh, so you let me ask you something, Parker. Did you leave and come back, or was you always here? Let me know, cause yeah, it is kind of hard, but like to change it in terms of, but like when you lucid, like with me, when I'm lucid, I could walk through walls, right? I just love everything like, adult rated, but I don't want to say that, but just having fun. I like shifting it to parties and stuff like that. It was hard. It was like I had to think about it very hard. Yes, you do have to think about it because you creating it with your mind, because really it is your mind. It is your mind. Yup, you absolutely right. Like I could move around and go to places. That's cool. Like to go to places. Like, yo, what places did you go to? Let me know. Cause I know I shifted it. I went to different places, like real talk, like yo. The best place that I love to go was flying. Like I used to love flying in dreams. That's just the best experience, to fly in a dream. And like I said, I flew like levitating, but it was just like the best feeling. And I used to always fly when it was a lot of people outside, right? And some of them, it was just a different experience. You said I am listening. Okay, Parker. Let me know too about you. Like you said, a haunted house, my house, and a cliff. Ooh, let me know about the haunted house. Ooh, yo, the haunted house. Oh my goodness, that's like a whole different. Like, listen, let me tell you this, right? I had a dream about a haunted house, right? And it was crazy. I was in a haunted house and I couldn't come out of it. And I saw certain things in a dream. Like it's like I couldn't do certain things. What was weird, right? But fast forward it, right? one of my homegirls, right, we disconnected and we got back together, and she was telling me like, yeah, I had a dream about you. We was in this house and we couldn't do this. And I was sitting there listening to her, but I never told her like, yo, I had that same dream. All right, you said, do you ever feel like a dream is real when it's really not real? It's just a dream. Listen, okay? The dreams that are the most real is when like I'm not lucid, right? So it's just like I'm in the dream, I know all this stuff is happening, and then I just wake up. That's just what it is, right? One time I had like it's crazy because I started to like read different books and learn different things and do different methods, and it was one time I was lucid, and then when I was lucid, it felt like entities and different things was attacking me. It was this one thing that was attacking me. I was like, "Oh wow, I gotta get up. I gotta wake up." Um, but mainly, the dreams that felt the most real is the ones where I didn't say I was aware of dreaming, because when you're aware you dream, it's just it's like it's like this dimension and the dream dimension connecting. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. Okay, you said it's kind of right. Kind of right about what? Let me know. Yeah, so it's weird because it's just like when I'm aware, when I'm lucid, right? It's just especially when I could change everything, or when it's just like I don't know, but I noticed that now it's just a different. I don't know, maybe because I'm getting older. You know what I'm saying? I'm very older now. Like I'm old. Like you know what I'm saying? The chick is in her 40s, but like I'm just saying, like the dream world is just like the lucidity is a little different, but you know, you said I like flying. You like flying, but you said you kind of right. What I was kind of right about? Yeah, flying is cool off the cliff. You like, ooh, that's. Let me know a dream, yo. I feel like adding you to this live. Like I want to know Rome. Like I really want to hear you talk about your dreams. Like real talk. I'm serious. Like I want to hear you talk about your dreams, Rome, because you say you like flying off of the cliff. Like yo, that's some like let me know one of your experiences. Like tell me. You say I thought I was the only one. It's not that like with me. Like I like flying. I just like it's called levitating. Like in real life, levitate. That's how I fly. Like I levitate up, right? And I'm around a whole bunch of hood people. Like yo, the areas that I go to when I'm flying is just like a whole bunch of hoodness. Like it's just a different like it's still the hood. Like it's like I'm in a dream world and I'm levitating slash flying, but it's always some hood stuff going on. Like you know what I'm saying, ethnicity and different races, but it's still the hood. It was just like, let me know. Like you said, you go on the cliff and you just like what jump off, or you levitate, or you fly. Flying is just the best thing, but I don't know, like you know, hey, what's up? Let me know where you guys are from, right? I'm from New York City. I'm from the East Coast. It's nice out here. The weather was nice today. You know what I'm saying? I was sweating outside. I'm like, "Oh, maybe it's really spring, right?" But like flying is cool. It's definitely is cool. But yeah. But was you here when I was talking about how somebody summons me to their dream? That was a different vibe. Like that was different, yo. I'm telling you. You said it's like I go off a cliff and then mid fall I fly back up around to the star. Ooh, that sounds cool, yo. That sounds like you elevated, yo. It just sounds like a different experience from like mine, because that's like I'm on the floor and I'm levitating like I'm a musician or something. No, magician. I'm saying it wrong, but yo, that sounds dope. Like yo, a midway you flying it, yo, that's dope. Yo, how you feel? Like, are you lucid or it's just like a dream? Like, yeah, you wake up and you like, oh man, I was just dreaming. Let me know. Like, oh my god, I'm so intrigued. Like, oh wow. What? In my dream, yo, listen, when I get lucid, yo, I'ma just go to a cliff and just jump, like, yo, see if I could do that. Yo, that sounds dope. Like, and you could just back up and around and to the start. That sounds dope. Like, I'm telling you, yo. It's just like every time you said, I mean, it's like I can control it, but I can't go anywhere. Oh, so you secluded to a certain area. Okay, that's cool, but I'm telling you that it's cool. And then another thing that I didn't tell you guys is that when I levitate, right, sometimes I could shoot up all the way, and I get on a building and then I jump from building to building. But I notice it's like I'm always around hood people, like you know what I'm saying. I'm just it's like a block party. You know what I'm saying? Every time I'm Yo, every time I'm flying, it's like a barbecue or some shit. Like being serious. Like it's like a group of people downstairs, right? Or sometimes it's people like chasing me. Like you ever had a dream where you being chased? Like yo, you said sometimes I no clip to different areas. You go to different areas. When you say no clip, what no clip to different areas. Or maybe I'm saying it wrong. I never heard that term. Yeah. But yeah, I be jumping to different buildings. I'm telling you. Have you ever done that? Like when you fly and stuff, you be on the cliff. Do you go to other buildings and stuff like that? Let me know. Cause that sounds fly. Like it says no clip ends like glitch in a teleport. So would you teleport somewhere? Like you hear you this place and then you go somewhere else. Is that like intentional? I want to know. I know things be shifting in my dream. Like one minute I'm here, then the next minute I'm not. But it's like it's still in sequence. It's what I'm saying. It's still like in order. Especially like those dreams when I'm like flying. I love those dreams. No, it's not intentional. Also, it just happens. That's interesting. That is. Yeah, because the dream world, it's just like when you go to different worlds or different places in your dream, sometimes it does happen like that. Like everything just shifts. Like everything just changes automatically. Like it's just like, I don't know like how to explain it, but you do shift. Like you do shift into different worlds, but let me ask you something. Have your dream worlds ever slowed up where it's just you could see everything like it's like a movie? Cuz I noticed the other night like I had a dream where it was slow. It felt like it was forever. And then when I woke up, I was like, dang, it wasn't. You said no. Yeah, so it was like that. And another thing, a pet peeve about me, I don't like dreaming about celebrities. I don't know why. I just hate it. Like, let me know, like, if you like to dream about celebrities, okay? Because me, I'm like, I don't know why I don't. I just don't. You know, it just feels weird, like, to dream about celebrities. I don't know what it is about me. Like, don't get it twisted. I love listening to all kinds of music and everything like that. I love watching TV like anybody else. Oh no. Oh, you said no. But I don't know. It's just me. Like I just feel like wow. Like the other day I had this weird dream and it was like so slowed up. But I didn't dream about celebrities. But I dreamed about people who were popular, right? And it was just so. It was a weird thing, because when people say like when you dream about celebrities or certain people, when you dream about celebrities or certain people, they say they symbolize certain things, right? But my question to me or to you guys is like, what does the celebrity symbolize? Like, because especially because I notice when I say to myself, I'm not going to go on the internet, I'm going to watch TV like 2 hours a day, like when I'm really focusing on my studies, right? That's the time when I dream about celebrities the most. Let me read this. Okay, it says, Saying because one time I had a lucid dream, so I went to my Xbox and pressed the button on the controller, and then I woke up. Wow, that's interesting. Like that's some like that almost feel like astral traveling. Like you know what I'm saying? You say you dreamed, and so you went to your Xbox and pressed the button on the controller, and then you woke up. That's some. I don't know. That feel like almost like teleporting, almost like you know what I'm saying. You say you pressed the button and then you woke up. Like yo, you said it happened multiple times. Wow. I got my Xbox in my you know how you got the couch and you put it, it's like a storage thing in the couch or whatever. But that's interesting, right? I don't know. Like I had a dream. I ain't even gonna front. Like one time I had a dream, and it was straight up like Resident Evil. It felt like I was in a game. Like I ain't even gonna hold you. It was dark like that. Like it was dark. Like yo. And then every minute you saw somebody, but then all of a sudden, you ever heard of this show called Empire? I saw Lucius and Cookie. I was like, what's going on here? Like, why you guys are here? Like for real. I'm telling you, like it was just like weird. Like celebrities will pop up like in the most randomest way. Like it's crazy. But someone said like they symbolize something. Like you know, or maybe I'm watching too much TV. Okay. But yeah, but there's many different worlds within a dream, okay, that you can enter into different worlds. And they symbolize different things. I've noticed that I have different books on astral travel. Astral travel is something totally you say you've been here for a while. No, and you say it became a routine. Yeah, so it's different worlds. Like um and like I was saying earlier, like this particular world I went to, it was governed by so many rules and you couldn't do nothing. I'm like, what? This ain't right. Like this is the I feel like in a dream world you should be the most freest and you should do what you want to do, right? But there's many different worlds that you could enter into in a dream. Okay, but astral travel is something like totally different. Let me know if you guys have ever astral traveled, right? And if you guys really know, like I know you guys know the difference, right? You if you dream exactly, but if you dream and you know the difference. But I've been reading different books about astral travel because when I was growing up, I didn't know it was so many different books about astral traveling and dreams, out of body experiences, and all that stuff. I didn't know, right? All I know is I used to talk to my friends about my dreams, and they used to just look at me like I was crazy. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? Like, real talk. You know? But it sparked me, it sparked the interest, like because I don't talk to any of my friends or anybody that I used to know about my dreams because that's something that they're not interested in, right? So I want to connect with people who like to talk about their dreams and their experiences and the things that they felt, right? So that's why I created this channel so that I could talk about dreams and a little other stuff too. But yeah, so I noticed that I was having different dreams, but the dreams that I like the most is the dreams that I could really feel. Like, oh my God, like, when I'm doing certain things and it feels real, or when I'm touching somebody, or, when I'm intimate and it feels absolutely real, like, that's the best. Like, I remember I used to talk to people, touch people, and it just felt so fake. And now I'm noticing that it feels real. Let me know if you ever had experience with somebody in a dream world and it felt real. It felt like if you kiss somebody, you felt their lips. You felt everything, right? So that's interesting too. Like, how is it that certain dreams that you have, like you don't feel it, but then other dreams you can feel it, You know what I'm saying? Like it's that's what interested me more about it. Like, okay, you could go into the dream world and don't have no senses, don't feel nothing, don't smell nothing, right? I remember I had a dream, right? And I was eating and the food was delicious. I had some soul food, I had some cake and all that, and everything tasted good. And I remember somebody told me, she was like, "Oh, you don't want to eat in the dream world because, somebody's putting something on." You know, people when they different interpretations of the dreams. And she was like, "Oh, you don't want to eat nothing because that symbolizes that somebody's putting witchcraft or voodoo." I'm like, "Girl, you doing too much." But the food was good. But another time I ate and it didn't taste like nothing. It was like nothing. Let me know if you guys have ever eaten in the dream world. I don't know. Like this girl was like, "Eh, you shouldn't eat." But listen, okay? I ate and it was delicious. Yup, so that's what I was interested in. But I have some books that I'm interested in. And I'm gonna come on here more often and talk about different experiences. But the experiences that I had that stood out to me the most, I shared it. Like because I'm like, whoa, this is some heavy stuff. And what I realized is about that book that took me to that particular place. I'm like, what if I could find a book that could take me to a place where I feel like I was summoned in that dream with that guy who said he brought me here. Like I think about that dream the most. That's the dream I think about the most. Like, what type of person would just sit there and be like, "Yo, I brought you here." That's some interesting. That was so interesting to me. Like, what? Yo, and it was so many years ago. So many years ago. But, um, yeah. I've read different books. I've read different books about interpretation, and what I realized is there's many different interpretations for like different things that people have encountered. Like, um, but I realized like sometimes it could depend on how you feel too. Like it could be a general interpretation for what you dreamed about, like a symbol in terms of like a lamp or a car, like whatever it is, right? They have interpretations for it, but nothing trumps your feeling, how you felt. You know what I'm saying? It's really all about like how you felt. It said, you're a good YouTube. Oh, thank you so much, Rome. Thank you. Hold on, it's something else you wrote that I didn't see. It says sometimes I'm in like a alien outbreak, but then the alien comes to me, so I turn into a ghost like spectator mode and Minecraft. So you become a ghost. So how does that feel to become a ghost? Like that's interesting, right? To become a ghost. Like do you like feel it or are other people like scared of you? You know what I'm saying? Like how does that feel like to be a ghost within a dream? Like let me know like do you find other people? Are you hunting somebody? You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Like, are you hunting some? When you a ghost, are you hunting somebody? Like, you said it's like I'm invincible. Oh, that's dope. That's definitely dope. Like to be in like a dream like that, like where you like the ghost and you know what I'm saying, you like that, you invincible. That's dope. That's yo, that is real good. Like, yo, I don't know, like I remember one time, right? I had a dream, right? I feel like I don't know, like I really feel like I wasn't really dreaming. I feel like I was in between a dream and sleep state. So I was in the underworld or like a world that's like in between sleep and this world, right? It's so crazy. So, um, let's rewind it, right? Before I had that dream or that experience. It wasn't a dream. It was it was something else, right? And I always think it was this particular aunt that I had or this particular fake friend that I had because those are the two people I was speaking to, right? One owed me money, right? And that I wanted the money back. And one was mad that I didn't come see them or something like that. I don't know. It could have just been so random, but I always associated to that. But it is what it is. That's how the human brain is, right? So so everything, you know what I'm saying? I'm over it. I do what I need to do, and then it's time for me to go to sleep, right? So as I'm laying down, right, I noticed that I'm not just sleepy. I'm sleepy and I'm being pulled to go to sleep. You ever be so tired? It's not even I'm so tired. Let me not even say that, right? You ever experience laying down and you falling asleep? You could feel yourself falling asleep, and it's like a pressure, like you being pulled, right? So that's the experience I was having. I felt like I'm laying down, right? I'm a little bit sleepy, but it's like I'm being pulled into the sleep realm. Like, it's weird. So all of a sudden, I found myself like stuck. Like, you ever had sleep paralysis, right? But then I eject, like I come out of my body. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me know if you guys have ever experienced that. Like, you ever have sleep paralysis. So I come out, as soon as I come out, I see this entity, right? So this entity looked like the the Grim Reaper, all in black, like the way the Reaper looked without that little thing that they carry, but like that. And so, he started beating me up. Like, when I tell you, he started beating me up, and I had to do some. I did something to get myself back into my body, right? And so I woke up, right, boom, and then all of a sudden I started to feel that sleepy spell, like that, pull me into that sleep. As soon as I went into sleep, this thing started fighting me, beating me up, all that stuff. So I got back up, and I ain't went back to sleep. I didn't go back to sleep. Like, let me know. Hello, how you doing, Parker? All right, you said you're such a good. Oh, thank you, YouTuber. It says no. I'm getting haunted, but then I become invincible. Goes. Oh, okay. So somebody is attacking you, and then you utilizing what they have against them. That's what's up. That's what's up. Like, you becoming a ghost, invincible. So if you become a ghost, that's just like that movie where the woman, right, she ended up being in a domestic violence relationship, but then the guy who she's in a domestic violence relationship, her abuser become invincible, and so he just beating her up and everything. Why she don't know what's going on, and then she figured it out, like, oh, okay, he utilized something, and then he became invisible. You said it's just like a reflex. Oh, okay, yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, so that was a crazy experience. A crazy. When I tell you that was crazy, the experience I had was like, yo, what is going on? I couldn't even believe it for a minute. I'm like, yo. But that was real, and I always thought it was somebody else. But I'm like, nah, that's just was like what it is. Like, sometimes stuff like that happens, but I wasn't completely asleep. That's the crazy thing about it. Yeah. So yeah, I like to talk about the dream world. So it says, have you had anything like that? And you put eyeglasses. I mean shades. You put shades. No, I like, as far as ghost. Let me see. Ghost. I mean, I seen. All right, so let me tell you about this time, right? All right, so I actually seen a ghost, right? If you guys are in the dark, I advise you guys to get out the dark if you're scared of the dark. Yeah, I just joking. Anyway, so when I was like 5 or 6 years old, here we go with the flashback from the 80s. Let me stop. Anyway, um, this was the first time my mom. Well, she said she was working overnight. Who knows what she was doing? But I know it was me and my brother in a room. He was in the other bed. He was like absolutely knocked out. Like, we wasn't waking him up, right? So I'm sleeping there, and I'm used to sleeping with my mother or whatever like that, right? And this is the time I remember sleeping by myself. And so I'm so scared. It's the dark, all this stuff, right? And then, like, I go up to look at the door. I see a man holding his head and this woman, right? and they glowing and they looking at me, right? And I'm awake. When I tell you I'm awake, I'm awake. I'm awake, and I'm like 5 or 6 years old, right? And I got so scared, and I looked over at my brother, and he would not, he was knocked out, like he was knocked out. And so I'm looking at them, and they just looking at me, and they glowing and stuff like that. And I got so scared, and I knew I had to run to my grandmother's room. My grandmother's room was like by the front door, right? We in the back of the house, like you have the long hallway or whatever like that. It's a apartment, I mean not apartment, a room in the back. So we all the way in the back. And so they just looking at me, and I'm like, yo, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. At this point, this wasn't even a dream. This was real life. This was real. I always remember this. This was real life. And so I made a decision, right? And the decision I made, like, yo, I'm gonna have to run through them. So I just got up and I ran. And when I tell you, when I ran through them, it felt like time slowed up. Like it felt like I was being sucked in. Like when I was going out of them, it felt like it was pushing me in. It was a crazy experience. And I ran to my mother, not my mother bed, my grandmother bed, and my cousin was in the bed with her, and I pushed her, and my grandmother was like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" Like I was so scared. Like, yo, that was the craziest experience. When I tell you, like, yo, when I ran through them, time slowed up, and it felt like I was being sucked into them. I can't believe I ran through them, but that was real. That was when I was awake. You said YouTube name Rome. It has that. You make videos? Hold on. Where my pen at? Cause how can? Oh yeah, I could do this. Hold on. Okay, I took a picture of it, so I could have it. So Rome Mox, and it said, "Wow." Okay, yeah. So that was a crazy. That was like I was awake then. So yeah. But as far as having dreams about ghosts, when I think about ghosts, having dreams about ghosts, it was like nothing I could remember. I cannot remember having dreams about ghosts. You said make edits. Oh, so you make edits on that channel, like edits of what? What's GTG? What? I'm sorry. What GTG mean? Listen. What's the abbreviation for? You said sorry. No, I mean that was an experience. Like I'm serious. Like I was like 5 or 6. Like I'm old now. Oza. Okay. But oh, gotta go. All right. See you later, Parker. Thank you for being a part of this live. It's been like an hour or two. Seriously. See you later, Parker. Yeah, so I wanted to find that book that I was like talking about. Oh, you was a gentleman? Okay. Thank you for being a gentleman. Thank you for being a gentleman. Let me stop being stupid. Yo, tonight, I think I want to put on some music, right? Listen to some music, clean up, or maybe I just chill, like vibe out, like, you know what I'm saying? But yes, like getting back to the dream world, right? So, I don't know, like recently my dreams have been like I don't know, it's just been regular dreams, like nothing like so like crazy. You know what I'm saying? I find it so interesting that I was being like somebody was in the chat and I had a zero people in, but then people is in the chat. That's kind of weird. Like, how is it that I have 0 views, but then people chatting and typing stuff? That's weird. Like, I don't know. That's kind of weird, but I don't know. Like real talk. But as far as that goes, that really happened. That was in a dream. That really happened. Like the dream world, as far as goes, I don't know. Like right now, nothing comes to mind. I didn't think of to talk about anything like that in reference to like dreams or whatever. Like I didn't think like, oh yeah, um, or anything like that. Like talking about, I don't know. I don't think I ever had a dream where I was like, it was like a ghost or something like in a dream. Like, no. I don't think I had a dream like that, like where I felt like, oh, like I was a ghost in a dream that I could remember, like right now. Like, the only thing that came to my mind was my experience in real life as a little kid. You know, I know that some people, like, that can be. You said sorry, I got to go, but will you still stream and twin? I don't know. I don't know if I'm a stream. Like, how are you texting me? I'm not texting me. You're in the chat. The chat. You chat with me, but it shows that I have 0 people looking. That's interesting how you could chat, like you and Parker. Like, y'all chat in the chat, but yeah, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here or talking. If you have to go, thank you. Definitely subscribe so you could be aware of when I go live again, or at least like the video, share the video. Yeah, but I'm just randomly going live right now. Normally, I go live like around, after, I normally go live after 12 a.m., to be honest. I go live after 12 a.m. I'm a night person, but this particular day I wanted to go live on the evening and the afternoon. So, and talking about different dreams. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was the TV shows that I watched and the other live that I did, but then I got off the phone real fast, so I didn't get a chance to say that. All right, thank you. I thank you so much. If you will, like, subscribe or share or like the channel. So I mean, like the live, so you could be aware. And you said, "Oh, that's weird." What's weird? I be reading this so late, so I'm sorry. So you saying like, "Oh, that's weird." What's weird about it? Let me know. Yeah, I want to see your channel too. Y'all channel, y'all been talking to me. Do y'all post videos? All right, you guys are not here now, so I think I'm gonna warm me up some food. I'm hungry for real, but I don't want to be smacking on the um on the microphone. I don't want to do that. That's crazy to be smacking on the microphone. But yeah, so let me see any other experiences that I had that I would like to share. And honestly, I don't know. As far as the dream world, I just feel like I know that I'm gonna have a lot of more dreams, and I'm gonna be paying attention to it. Um, I want to enter into different experiences, like get deep into the dream world. That's what I'm interested in. Like, what I see myself doing is talking about the dreams that I have, and other people as well talking about the dreams that they had, and how it made us feel. That's a good thing. A great thing that I want to do is you know allow my group to build, and of people talking about the dreams, because I don't know, I'm very interested in dreams. Let me know if you guys in the chat are interested in dreams. Is it something that you like? Because let me tell you something, I love it. I loved it since I was a kid. The only thing that in hindsight I wish I would have did was I wish I would have started reading about it at a younger age. Like, when those times I went to the library, I wish I would have got a book on dreams. Like, real talk. For real. I wish I would have got a book on dreams. That would have been dope. That would have been fun. To learn something at a young age in reference to the dreams. For real. Like, I honestly, like, really miss that. Like, that time when I was like, just learning. And I didn't know that there was a whole world or a group of people that's interested in dreams. That would have been so insightful to um, realize that there's people that's into dreams. That's the only thing. But you live and you learn, and it's nothing that you can change or anything like that. But yes, but Yeah, I'm gonna come back on here. Thank you so much for tapping in. If this is your first time tuning in, definitely like, subscribe, and share. But listen out for the next one. Yes, I appreciate you all. Thank you.